Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIII-2 on the Mysterious JG. Here's the proof that I actually was able to win this battle off screen. I had to follow the tactics of Rain from those forums I mentioned precisely. Any deviation whatsoever, and I failed completely. The essential issue is, like, I tried, you know, I kept getting to a point where, okay, I didn't quite kill him on the second stagger. All I gotta do is stagger him one more time and finish him off. But once he goes into that, like, powered up mode, I just can't survive against him. It helped me quite a bit to have Sarah be the medic instead of Noel in that last paradigm. That's the only minor deviation. At one point, I was trying, okay, let's have my healing paradigm be two, instead of having a Sentinel, a Commando, and a Medic, I'll have two Sentinels and a Medic, and that way I'll have more survivability. And that made it so that I could survive his big attacks that he was using at the end, which I wasn't able to do necessarily with one Sentinel, one Commando, and one Medic. The problem was that every time I got into that mode, his stagger meter would deplete because the two Sentinels together were doing nothing. It took the Commando to keep the stagger meter actually going. I thought Sentinels did something to maintain stagger meter. I think they do. But it seems like two Sentinels and nobody attacking was not keeping his stagger meter up. So what happened is I would get him to a point where I couldn't stagger him. And anytime I tried to stagger him, I had to switch into a more offensive paradigm, and I would almost immediately get killed. As soon as he went for one of his big moves, I would get killed. So I finally won by doing exactly what the videos on YouTube show, where you get him to almost 50% health and not quite, because that stops him from going into his powered up mode. So then you stagger him a second time. He's not in powered up mode yet, so you're not in huge danger yet. And then you have to really, really kick his ass on that second stagger. And I found a couple of things that were going wrong. For one thing, you're supposed to use a Libroscope on him on the first turn. I guess that affects the AI of your partners so that they start doing different things that deal more damage. And then the other thing is, I guess Chichu's attacks, the damage is variable depending on how many hit points Chichu has. So one of his special attacks, as Chichu is closer to 100% health, it does more damage. So I have to make sure that Chichu is at near full health when we stagger. And that got it done. I got this done by the skin of my teeth. Barely did it. So I'm recording again now to try to do it on camera. I can't promise I'm going to be able to pull it off, to tell you the truth, because I've only pulled it off camera once. I am curious if we got the crystal on the first try here. And we did, and the Genji glove, and the power crystal. So if I wasn't doing this for LP purposes, I'd never have to do this again.
Impressive. All praise to the victor.
But I am doing it for LP purposes. Now, is it worth powering up Gilgamesh? He's not part of any of the ultimate strategies. He's an early peaker, he's dramatic, and he's strong. He's Hudson, and brave, and strong. And we can give him an orange newsboy cap, although, yeah, it just goes right on top of his head there. So now we've got him. He's another one of these guys, like, the thing is that you know, Lightning is supposed to be the ultimate commando. Omega is supposed to be the ultimate commando. Neither of them were able to get it done. So Gilgamesh, possibly leveled up, could be useful, but I think I need to stick with my current group. Particularly, so I'll save the game just so I don't lose the crystal, but, yeah, I think it seems likely that this general strategy should work against the other super boss, too. Although it might be that I can't kill it fast enough to get away with not having a better turtling paradigm. Because this whole approach is based on kill him before he gets into his most dangerous mode. And it involves kind of manipulating the AI a bit, in a sense. But only in the sense that you know to hold back at the last minute on that first stagger. I switched to my healing paradigm near the end of the first stagger to avoid pushing him beyond. There are strategies similar to that in Final Fantasy XII for dealing with Zodiark. It's like, do precisely this much damage, and then buff everybody, and then go for this ultimate attack, which will push him over the edge before he activates his I am almost dead stuff. Yeah, rocket launcher does do a bit of damage. But my main thing was I found that because Sarah is... We've got Sarah set up to be immune from not being allowed to spellcast, which meant that occasionally I was running into issues where when Noel was the medic, as Rain had in his videos, he would occasionally be inflicted with the can't cast spells thing while he was the medic, which kind of made him useless. But then again, for strategies that don't involve manipulating Gilgamesh's hit points so he never goes into Power Max mode, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to be constantly spamming items like elixirs and Phoenix Downs rather than using medics to heal at the end. True contest begins now. I really hope I can pull this off. It will feel really good that I have to do this again. I'm not gonna lie. If I can just win this battle on camera, I no longer feel the need to go back and show you how poorly this goes when I use a different paradigm. Like, because you've already seen, even using the completely broken strategy, it's tough to damage him. I'm telling you that when I was using my usual strats that I used against, like, you know, Nabat and Poo-Poo, it was, I couldn't get him down to, he would be at probably 90% hit points after the first stagger, and he would just completely be fully healed when he did his blade regen move, which is his healing move. I mean, it would literally, I was making no progress. And I wasn't even getting him to, like, the point where he was dangerous. It was just I couldn't do enough damage to do anything against him. So I might have gone slightly early with this, but I think it'll still work out. Get Imperil attached. Now I need to switch. Oh, I gotta do all this? I almost forgot. Okay. Now I switch to Relentless Assault, aka Ruthless Aggression. Chi-Chu took a little damage, but he should be fine. He sometimes gets inflicted with pain, which you do need to remove when that gets used on Chi-Chu, because he starts using Ruin, and his magic is nowhere near as high as his physical attack. So we should have plenty of time to get him to 50%, and then I need to pull back. Matter of fact, I might have gone too far. Hopefully not. Now he does his heal up. Okay, he's not at full-on power mode, so we did that okay. Solidarity, hopefully this is enough. It is, because I get really nervous about seeing that move, because when he's in power-up mode, or if you did a lot of damage during his vendetta, that can kill you. In this situation, it doesn't really do much at all. So I'm positioned right to win this. Like, I should be positioned to win this one. I just have to not screw up here at the end. Take my time here because he's not dangerous. He's not that dangerous at this point. I'm even going to use Wound Potion just to get absolute full potential hit points for my monsters. My monsters. Okay. Sure, Imperial gets applied. Now I need to really hope that Chi-Chu doesn't get hit with pain, because if so, I waste a turn of Sarah's. Getting it back. No, I didn't mean to do that. Crap. I was going to heal him up one just to be safe, although that's probably not necessary. So that was... Oh, I think I just messed it up. I was trying too hard to make sure that he was at full health, and it might not really have been necessary. This is going to be close one way or another. Oh no, Chi-Chu She's got pain applied. This isn't going to work. We're not going to win. Potentially we could win, but we're not going to... Yeah, I'd have to stagger him again. This has been extremely difficult for me to do. Because he's got enhanced power. I'm in that mode now where I'm not going to be able to keep alive while also healing. I mean, I can... You guys are seeing what the issue is here. It's going to be extremely difficult to keep the party alive. It's certainly doable, but it's difficult. And the problem is it's extremely difficult to keep the party alive and get him staggered. Because anytime we switch off of this to something else, where I don't have a sentinel on the field, we're pretty much immediately going to die. I can't afford to spend... Just trying to keep the thing from going to 0. Because when he does this... Yeah. Almost KO'd Noel or Sarah immediately. Try to keep that up, and then go back to solidarity. We're gonna die. Well, I guess everyone survived. Oh no, solid. I don't need to switch off of solid. That's right. I'm doing the thing where it's much more likely that I'll die, but it's not as likely that he'll lose his stagger. This is what's probably going to kill him. Usually it's Divider that kills him in this situation. Did anybody die? No. His meter's not gone. Now the temptation is to... Temptation is to actually use the... Okay, hold on. We might actually win this. If I can stagger him here, we've got a chance. It's just a matter of nobody getting killed here. He's at Vendetta, which means he actually won't attack, which is actually really good right now because I got to kill him before he gets going again. Although if he gets the Vendetta attack off, we could die from that. I don't know if he gets to attack with cross slash when he's staggered. This is really close, guys. Oh no, Chi-Chu is dead. Can we finish it without Chi-Chu? I think we can. Yeah! Okay. Not textbook. Took 7 minutes instead of 4. Our monster died, but... Whew, that went way better than... so what was happening off camera is anytime he got into that, like, power max mode, I either couldn't stagger him or couldn't stay alive. So I got really lucky. There's a couple times there where I could have gotten a party wipe and didn't. The only thing that was making it really quite possible to stay alive was when I had 2 sentinels in a party with the medic, but then I didn't have the ability to stagger. So we already got everything we need out of this. I'm done. I'm now done with this boss forever.
Impressive. All praise to the victor.
So now that I've done it on screen and off, I'm done with that boss forever. I'm curious what the Genji Glove does. And it increases physical and magic resistance by 12%. Yeah. So now we can go try Snow. I don't have a specific strategies for Snow. I haven't seen, like, here's the exact paradigm to use. Snow's whole gimmick is that he has an attack that is an automatic game over. Like, even having 3 sentinels doesn't protect you from it. So you have to prevent him from getting in a position to use it. So let's see if we can do that.
You wish to challenge the one you love most.
That's right. No, I mean,
Test
Snow,
how strong your trials have made you.
Strong enough to beat up some guy that you love who may or may not be particularly strong.
Too has seen his share of momentous battle. And once again he bears the power of a brand.
Something the story of this game will never bother to explain.
Give no quarter. Any such sacrilege on the grounds of this hallowed arena will not escape my notice. Let this be a struggle for life, for death, for your very existence.
Sounds pretty neat. But I'm thinking it'll be the same overall strategy. Get him staggered, get all the buffs going, and see what happens. We'll have to do a Libroscope, of course.
So, are you sure? Are we really gonna do this?
Second thoughts?
She's my fiance.
I want you to know.
I like Noel
You
better.
see just how strong I've become since I started looking out for myself.
I'm touching my breast to show sincerity.
Fine.
Whatever,
That's
little
how you
lady.
feel. I'll give it my best shot.
That's how you feel. I'll punch your face in. Love of my life. The hero, Snow. What a true hero he is, too.
Don't come crying to me later.
So he doesn't have many status immunities. That being said, he's got stuff where he wipes his status ailments clean pretty easily. So he does this thing where his attack power goes up. Yeah, well, he's got all that shit going on now. And the only way to get his attack power to go back down is to have him like kill a party. If he kills a party member completely, he's at 200% energy. If he ever gets up to 500% energy, he does like this super game over attack, and nothing will actually prevent you from losing at that point. So I'm thinking we might want to let him kill Chi-Chu and then bring Chi-Chu back. Although that would involve actually having Chi-Chu on the field, because he's far more vulnerable.
Ready to take on a real hero?
Yeah, he needs to. If he doesn't kill Chi-Chu soon, we'll all actually be in trouble. Okay, but we got to actually wait and let his. We got to let his meter go down. Let his energy actually deplete before we bring Chi-Chu back. He's supposed to like chill out or something.
Try this. Going down. Try this. Showtime for the hero.
You killed a party member. That's not fair. The whole point of this is that if you... Alright, so that's the game over. But the whole point, everything I've seen, is that the only way to defeat him is that once he gets to like 200 or 300% energy, before he gets to energy max, you have to let him wipe out a party member. And if you do that, he defaults back to his regular energy level. And what I think I've always done wrong in the past is I actually allowed... I would raise the party member up before he went down, but it still didn't work. That sucked. That was like... I've never actually beaten Snow. I've gotten close, but... Because usually something happens and I screw up, and he almost always wins a Sovereign Fist. I don't usually manage to lose to him regular. Although if you just don't heal at all... He can beat you just regular. Oh, you know, I didn't use a Libroscope. We'll bring the... Oh, the goblins.
Ready to take on a real hero?
I think the fact that the goblin got wiped out before I got to 200% is a problem here, potentially.
This'll only take a minute.
Okay, so yeah, I did time to chill. That's his, okay, I killed somebody, so I'm gonna calm down now. Now that I've murdered someone, I have achieved peace. So there's various debuffs I want to get on him when we finally do get around to stunning him.
You ready for this?
You all ready for this? Okay, good. No, not Mystic Tower. I saw it already. Beating the hell out of your fiancée, man. That's messed up. So when she gets up, she needs to start healing the hell out of herself. Jeez, man. You're a messed up dude. Okay, I am gonna lose regular here.
Ready to take on a real hero?
And he's still like frickin'. His energy hasn't gone down yet. Ugh. It's completely a gimmick battle. You can't just fight him regular because he has an automatic victory move that you have to manipulate the battle to avoid. But it's annoying to me because even there, like, he'd wiped out all of our party members, or half of our party members, and he still wasn't doing the time to chill, which is the whole... A, it's super, super lame message, but B, kind of the point of the fight is to occasionally let him beat a party member.
Show me what you got.
I beat Gilgamesh. I know I can beat Snow. There's an argument about whether Gilgamesh or the Guardian of the Colosseum in its final form is the true ultimate boss of this game. No one seems to ever imply that Snow is the ultimate boss of the game. It's a gimmick fight that you have to figure out how to beat. And I mean, if I could stagger him before he got off that attack, that might be the easiest way to beat him yet. Although again, we need to keep Chi-Chu at near full health when the time comes. Although again, once he starts getting Chi-Chu really, really hurt, my temptation is to let him finish Chi-Chu off. Still showing 300% energy. When are you gonna chill out, dude? You defeated a party member and you never He's in trouble, he's in trouble, he's in trouble, he's in trouble.
Send them to another world.
So, I guess it just doesn't always work the way they say it does. Like, I have not figured this out. He just, unless the only reliable way to do it is to stagger him before he ever gets to that, in which case it's another, like, race against time battle like the Gilgamesh one is, but it's not the way it's supposed to work. You're supposed to be able to get him to do the time to chill out thing by wiping out a party member. I guess he's got to get up to 300% first, so maybe I need to keep Chi-Chu alive a little longer. Either way, I feel that the liver scope is probably essential, because that seemed to have been a huge piece that was missing before against Gilgamesh. Somebody please... Yeah, why did we let his meter go all the way down there? That was stupid. Just gonna switch every 2 turns. Every 2 complete turns, we'll switch over to... Relentless to get a full super high speed attack in. And I'll switch to Solidarity actually and heal the Goblin Chieftain up a bit. Well, it doesn't have a full barrel link anyway. Well, he's got defensive stuff going and not offensive, so that's okay. You can't really hurt him when he's not in stagger anyway, in a useful degree. It would be super... Okay, now he's at 300. So Relentless Assault now and letting him finish off Chi-Chu might be advised. Or Noel, whichever one comes first, I suppose. Although the other possibility is to stagger him. Heal up the monster. Or at least shell him. Oh, you jerk! I finally had you staggered and with... Ugh. Sorry. Good eye suck. I don't know how many tries this is going to take, but I feel like we're like one slight tweak away from winning. I don't know that I've got a better strategy to do, or paradigm to try and do this with. I mean, the last time I tried to do this off camera, a long time ago, it involved having like different paradigms where I always had like everybody had a sentinel in here somewhere, so that I could try to keep changing his focus around, but. Part of it is Goblin Chieftain will draw its attention, and then his attention will still be on Chi-Chu once we switch. And Chi-Chu he'll be able to kill off much easier than he can kill Goblin Chieftain. But I think he's got to get up to over 300 before the chill out thing works. And anybody who's dead when he hits 300 doesn't count. So I got to be paying real close attention to where he's at. Hopefully that attracted his attention. Is your 300 yet, you jerk?
Ready to take on a real hero?
Okay. So I need him to kill Chi-Chu, and then I need to keep everyone else alive.
How's that? Try this.
Try not to let him finish off Sarah.
Eat this.
Could you chill out now, like you're supposed to when you've killed 100 people?
Showtime for the hero.
No, he's like. That's not the way that it's supposed to work. So I don't get it. I guess I'll have to do a little reading on it, because whatever I thought the idea was with him, it doesn't seem to actually work that way. So, you know, we got Gilgamesh. That's something, but Snow, not happening right now. I guess we'll come back and try again later. I'm the Mysterious JG. I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you join me next time for more Final Fantasy XIII-2. I guess I have to not actually start recording again until I've beaten Snow off screen, but you've seen the basic dilemma. You fight him, you don't heal, he just beats you regular. But if you just keep healing and fighting and healing and fighting, he eventually does Sovereign Fist, which is automatic game over. So, kind of like that stupid attack that Penance does in Final Fantasy X, except Snow is not a giant floating wooden monster with separate enemy floating hands. Or is he? See you next time, guys.